is part 53 of Ocarina of Time 3D, and we're finally wrapping up the Water Temple. This is our fourth and final part,
which for
thankfully.
some weird reason I'm actually kind of sad. The first time I've ever been sad about wrapping up the Water Temple, but like we said at the beginning, just a lot more enjoyable experience.
Yep.
One, because, I don't know, it looks beautiful. It's a little bit easier with the equipping the iron boots, and there's two, we've played so many times. Like, it's just become easier for us.
And this is something that, obviously we've mentioned how much better it looks, but almost every pathway, it looks like the walls almost kind of reflect the water.
Yes.
Like, as the water changes, it's almost like the walls reflect that. Well, any rooms that actually have water. Not so much this room. But, you know, it's just one of those touches that I know we've hit on so many of the visual improvements, but that's one I don't think we've mentioned before.
Like I said, like, being visually pleasing. Like I said, this beat all the other dungeons, but I think it beat the dungeons by like a lot.
I think
like, it wasn't just a little bit like, oh, it's barely better than this dungeon. No, I think it was worlds above the visuals than any other dungeon. The reflection of the water, like you said, does do a lot for, like, or it adds a lot to that.
Now, it's kind of funny. Earlier in this dungeon, I'd mentioned that there was a lot of places we'll get fairies. This is like the second or third spot we've gotten them, and I was joking because we don't lose a lot of hearts. But we used all our bottles earlier for pose, so we didn't have any fairies in our bottles. So it was actually not a bad idea and a good opportunity to load up.
And you really need the fairies in this dungeon because, like we said, there's enemies everywhere, as you can see. So,
and you know, the boss fight and everything's just so difficult.
Yeah, the boss fight's a letdown. But you know what? We'll wait till we're there to bash that one too.
Yeah. And
actually, we haven't bashed that one too. We really haven't bashed, I guess, Dark Link. I wasn't really a big fan of Dark Link. I mean, I'm a fan of the concept, but I was not a fan of the remake. Oh, one thing that makes me mad is that right there.
That guy got you good.
Dude, so I practiced these things before I actually recorded them.
Yeah.
And then this one I actually recorded also. So I practiced, recorded. That thing was right there. Both times, like right in the walkway while I recorded and practiced.
Yep.
And then, as you can see right there, I walked there. I'm like, where's that stupid, what's it called? Spike?
Spike. Yeah.
Spike.
Not a very original name.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, okay, where's that spike? I was like, okay, it must not be here. As soon as I get to that one spot, it just drops right down and nails me.
Now, thankfully, we're going to finally go through like the last sequence of changing the water level.
Yeah, and this right here, it shouldn't be necessary, but because we screwed up earlier, like really right now, the water level should be at 2.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take over, Rick.
Oh, that's fine. No,
but like
it's your gameplay.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I can't wait till we talk about Twilight Princess HD.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
But like right here, always the water should already be right here, and we should just have to go up and take it to the 3rd level. But because I screwed up earlier, we had to do that little extra. So I guess it was 3 extra times that we had to do it.
Way to
Not
go!
That big. Hey, when doing the whole water temple, having to change the water level 3 extra times is not that bad.
I mean, it's nothing compared to how many times I'm sure I changed it the first time I played.
I was not re-recording just for those 3 water changes.
No, not at all. And I will say, man, compared to the first couple times you play this dungeon, not just you, I mean everyone.
Yeah.
The number of times you change that water level is so ridiculous. Because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where it needs to be. It's just, anything's better than that.
I mean, it's crazy, like, just hearing people talk about, like, how long they got stuck on this dungeon.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of it was they just, like, quit playing.
Yeah.
And didn't come back for months. But, you know, I still see people on Twitter and stuff saying, like, you know, I got to this place and, like, I never beat Ocarina of Time, actually.
Because
it's not that I didn't play it. It's because I got stuck in the water temple and they quit playing. Another game came along and they just never got back to it.
And I definitely understand that. And part of this is going to come from, of course, the experience of playing it many, many times. But at the same time, I feel like if you just look at your map, you know, you get an idea of the places you haven't been. Yes, can it be...
I'm a guy, I don't look at maps.
That's right.
I know exactly where I'm going, okay? A dungeon map is for suckers.
Yeah, but...
don't want to say females, so that'd be kind of... Don't want to make them mad.
No, definitely not.
I got one I got to keep happy, not make mad, so...
But it's just, I feel like if you put the time into it, you can get it figured out. But putting in that time, I can understand why people would get frustrated and say it's just not worth the time.
Okay, First of all, I hate this room right here. It's so until you get the pattern down, it's so frustrating right at the very end.
Yeah.
But going back against everything I just said a little while ago, I actually did look at the map quite a bit, and I'm in disagreement with Red. It did not help me at all. I think if anything, it made me more confused. So I was kind of talking out my butt when I said I never looked at the map. I definitely looked at the map.
That's a typical guys talk right there. We don't need the map.
Yeah, we turn around the corner, pull out the directions.
As I've got Google directions. Yeah. Now, here we are at the boss fight, though, and as we kind of alluded to a little earlier, neither of us were really big fans of Morpha.
I think in our Ocarina of Time, but don't want to spoil that video. Forget it. Yeah. It was low on that ranking.
It's not high.
For a hard dungeon, it was just such a disappointing boss to me, really. Like, it's just not very hard at all. Like, it doesn't really take that much health. And I actually do make this boss fight look a lot harder than it really is. That's the thing with recording, man. Like, sometimes behind the scenes, nothing, does not go your way until you start recording. It's
exactly.
This guy, or this boss, it just would not cooperate with me.
Well, it can be frustrating if, those water tentacles, I guess you would call them, don't come out of the water near you.
Yes.
Or if they come out at a weird angle, as you just saw right there, it can actually be hard to get your hook shot on him, or on it, sorry. And it can be frustrating sometimes, but to me, there's nothing appealing about it. Like, it's kind of a boring
it's too slow
boss.
It is very boring.
Yeah, there's not much to it, and that it's just an eyeball with water tentacles.
Now, we're staying in the corner right here because if you stay in the corner, the tentacle can actually not get you.
Yeah.
So it's just a good way to stay safe during the whole boss fight. You kind of got to keep on Z targeting. You can get them in your view, but that's all there is to this boss fight. Like, a tentacle comes out. There's it's not even an eye. It's like
it's just a blob.
A nucleus.
Yeah, that's a good,
nucleus.
Good word for it.
It just comes up, you hook shot it out, and you stab it, and that's all there is. And now the boss can actually grab you and throw you across the room
into those spike walls.
That doesn't happen to us.
No,
it takes me a lot longer to beat him than it should have. But he's had a couple cool attacks, but just overall, just very disappointing.
It is.
As I jump into the nucleus.
Yeah.
It hurt myself.
You know what? This would have been a great time to have the Zora mask from Majora's Mask. Just climb in the water and shock him with your swim attack.
That would have been cool, actually.
Now, obviously, we don't have that here.
I'm not a big fan of the room either. The room's not very big in now.
No.
Well, for a boss, I guess it's actually about right size.
About
but
average.
I don't know. I guess if you're fighting on the 4 middle pillars, maybe the first time it was a lot more difficult for us, but maybe we're finding the 4 middle pillars, not going around the outside. You do have the blades around the outside too, so
that you can get thrown into, and that is kind of a pain.
I'm just trying to find good points of it.
It is funny though, like you mentioned, when you get in the corner, he can't reach you. That's another little throwback to Zelda 2 with that final boss fight, the glitch where if you just get down in the corner.
Well, I don't think this is a glitch though. You are right, but Zelda 2, I don't think. Oh, Zelda 2 was a glitch.
Yeah.
I don't think this game's really a glitch. I think they actually planned that right there.
Which would be so disappointing, just for you to actually have a safe zone that he can't reach you at. That's kind of it's a cop-out.
Yeah.
It feels very cheap.
And the other thing that frustrated me with this boss, and I just did this in the recording, is I kept stabbing at him. I don't know why. I guess Z-targeting and the camera angle. Ooh, I was barely dodging right there. I guess the camera angle and stuff maybe keep on stabbing at it. And just
because normally you see
that's why I ran into it that one time. I actually had it. I was trying to do a jump attack.
Yeah.
And with the stab it hit me.
And we do try to go with the jump attack as much as we can because it does do so much more damage.
Once again, not my fault.
The
controls.
It's the controller's fault.
Yeah.
It's always the controller's
fault.
The
buttons were sticking.
There you go.
The camera angles were wrong. I was trying to jump attack instead of stabbing. Not my fault.
I will say, like we said, this isn't the best boss room. But I like how they put all these portraits, they almost look like mirrors, whatever, all these silver circles on the wall. At least they tried to spice up the room a little bit, but even those are kind of bland still.
Now y'all saw back there a little bit ago, we had a small little glitch in our recording. It's just one of those things.
Happens.
2 seconds, you know what? I'm not gonna sit there and re-recording the dungeon for a glitch. It's just one of those things that doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does happen. So we did know that was there.
No, and like you said, it's not worth redoing
especially the water temple.
50-minute dungeon.
I am not redoing the water temple. After I screwed up once, no, I was done.
I kind of liked the boss's death sequence there, where he kind of just evaporates.
That was kind of cool.
And then the one little drop drops down and like he's done for. And I thought that little sequence was kind of nice.
But here it is, the water temple. Like we used to bash in the past, but
I feel like we were pretty enthusiastic.
It's a very enjoyable experience. I think we built it up quite a bit.
We tried.
Just, I really enjoyed playing through this dungeon in the remake. But this wraps up the water temple and part 53.